Humane officer, Russell.
Number dogs claim 5, Fawcett 4, we had 1 deceased. Number dogs on pen 23. Number cats, Fawcett 3. Number in the pen 5. 28 animals in the pen right now.
Thank you, Russell. Fire chief.
Our report goes from July 19th through August 14th. Private dwellings, didn't have any this month, 16. 3 house trailers this year, we had 2 vehicles, both in town, total of 12 vehicles this year. 1 apartment, maybe 2 for the year. And that was minor damage. I believe that was caused by closed drivers and reconstruction damage. Nothing in the motels, we had 1 public assembly, 2 incidents in school this year. Didn't have anything at the nursing home or hospital. 1 minor fire in the business. I believe it concerned the fan motor. No structure damage on it. 5 machinery fire, 1 storage building. Rubbish fires had 3 in town and 1 out of town, total 26 this year. Grass and brush had 4 out of town, 46 for the year, which I think is fairly low considering how dry it is. False alarm, 9 for the year. 5 rescue calls, 10 service calls. 5 hazmat calls this year. 9 gas bills. Electrical fire lines down to the city bill. 1 mutual aid, so we had a total of 7 in-town calls, 5 out of town added to the list. 32 calls last month, year to date. That's a total of 144 calls year to date. Our continuing education is ongoing. Matter of fact, we have a class going on now at the station. We have 1 tonight, Wednesday and Friday. Our recently completed fire certifications for paid and volunteer for the year beginning 2011. We had 1 fire service instructor, Jess Anderson, we did that. Had a Temple firefighter 2, and fire service instructor 1. Completed in July. And beautification is completed its hazardous materials at the awareness level. James Lawson, hazardous materials awareness level, he completed that. And Rebecca Gerard has completed hazardous materials July 2011. So our training and certification is ongoing. The training for this certification and the test are held in Richmond Parish, District 8. We still have people continuing to go those. And like I said, we have a class going on, LSU class going on at this time. And I believe that's all I have.
Thank you, chief.
Mayor, I have a question for the chief.
Yes.
Just a quick question. I'm just curious as to the number of volunteer firemen we have on our force about in this.
Approximately 25. Of course, they don't all respond, you know.
Sure,
Region,
but
you have,
available.
according to their work schedule and their availability.
I move to accept the report as given. Second.
You can make a motion on the humane officer's report also.
I'll entertain a motion to accept the humane officers.
I'll do that too.
Thanks.
Put a boat together.
All in favor, say aye. Chief of Police.
Monday, 4th of July 18th to August 14th, made 65 criminal arrests in a month. The total, the highest of that was 13 failure to appear, which is different crimes where failure to show in court, followed by 9 stricken apiece. Brings you to 391 charges. On the traffic side, we wrote 39 traffic citations. We wrote 5 highway accidents, 9 parking lot accidents, for a total of 14. One of the biggest things that we got coming up now next week, schools when we start, all our parishes, all our high schools in the parish and the elementary schools. We've seen people eat, crime is kind of, say, decreased because it's so high outside. But the nights things kind of pick back up, and we've got extra people on patrol during the time. Overall, the city's in great shape. It's fine. It's great.
Chief, and maybe I've seen FTA failure to appear on here before. It seems like it might be a new entry.
What it is, FT is failure to appear in court, and these crimes just vary. But the one that been arrested on warrants where they could have done a burglary, could have a traffic citation, where they failed to meet their court date. So at that time, whatever the crime was, it turns into a failure to appear. Now we show those as failure to appear, but when they go to court, the judge, she decides what the original charge is. Where, for example, if you get a ticket today, you don't pay it. You again issue a warrant for failure to appear. Instead, the ticket doesn't say traffic citation, it's failure to appear in court.
So that's not the same as a bench warrant.
Yes.
Okay. So does this fall, or the judge has a program to help with bench warrants? This falls under that category as to the effort she's making as well.
Okay. That's a bench warrant is failure to appear.
Thanks.
Chief, I got a question.
Yes.
Not necessarily in reference to what you have here,
Yes.
but in reference to the situation that we just witnessed a few minutes ago. What do you think? I'm sure you've been bombarded with questions but now let me ask you this question. What do you think it would take to truly explain to them, or what would we need to do to truly explain to them how these funds are utilized? What do we need to do? How do we need to get this across to them where they're not actually losing or they haven't lost anything when what they've been given what they were promised, but it just wasn't in a sum that they could appreciate? How do you think we need to approach this?
Councilman, I don't know. What we could do is sit down and get the finance committee and myself at a designated time and explain, which I have. The problem is the $300 raise that was promised, they were looking for it in money amount.
They were looking for to increase their check that they could see by $300.
Yes.
They were not taking into consideration the police retirement. They weren't taking into consideration the Social Security match, the group insurance, their unemployment, and the general insurance. All of this, of course, when it goes into the funds, then it puts them in a category where all of this has to be taken out. And in the process, they received what they got, or what they asked for, but it also helped to pay for, once again, these insurances and these extracurricular things that has to be taken care of by not only the city, but them too. Now, to sit down to actually explain that to them, it would take a one-on-one session because each of those individuals' situations are different. Therefore, their increase would be different. We have no problem in doing that, but now, I don't know of any other way that we could actually explain this to them. Tab, I don't know of any other way, no other way you could do it to satisfy.
I could do a spreadsheet that shows what their salary is and what the city's cost for each fringe benefit. I have that to a certain extent on a
with the raise, what?
It'll
where
just
each
show
one-
what they make, and it'll show if they have, you know, what the city's portion is for retirement, the city's portion for social security, Medicare, their insurance. I have all that on
I
spreadsheet.
think you're going to encounter another challenge from them. And the challenge that you're going to encounter is that, yes, the city pays this amount and it's broken out this way, but I was not involved in the decision-making process, and therefore I feel that you did something outside of my willingness and knowing. So, and then you're going to have to justify that as this is the way it has to be done, or we chose to do it this way and can it be undone. Those things will have to be considered, because that's where a lot of their aggression is coming from, is that this was done with several. Number one, they don't have a clear understanding of how the money was broken down. Number two, they didn't feel they had a participation in the process of making the decision. So I think you're going to have to deal with those matters. So whoever sits down with them, the spreadsheet will be excellent.
But a lot of them have a credit union that's withheld. A lot of them signed up on this Aflac, this new supplemental insurance. Some of them have garnishments. I mean, there's a lot of things that come out of their check that might not.
That's why it has to be individualized.
Right.
But he doesn't want individual.
But somebody's going to
That's what he
have,
said.
exactly,
He
but
said
somebody's
he
going to have to
don't
break
want
that down.
Well, you can't discuss what one policeman makes in an open forum.
You can't do that.
With the whole group.
That's right.
That is against the
That's
law.
right.
But I think we should use this as I'm not working for the police department, but I think we should use this as a learning process. If you tell somebody you're going to give them that much as a raise and you know that it needs to be going to fringe benefits, don't let them wait till they get that check to find out. That's not good business.
Well, most people think that you understand. Well, we made an assumption that they understood that it had to be broken down.
Yeah.
Right, and I understand why it has to be
You
broken
got
down.
taxes, there's income, all of these things.
But
have
what
to
I'm
take
saying
into
is, you
consideration.
not that part. The part where it had to go to fringe benefits.
Well, even,
Right.
all of that has to
See,
go.
even a garnishment.
Yeah,
Right.
Even,
Oh, I understand.
If they got a raise, you know, it's a percentage.
yeah, and the percentages that they had to pay.
But Alice, you
But
can't talk to
you can't.
the group.
Oh, I know that. They should have been gone to one-on-one after the decision was made, and I think we both agree on that.
Well, that's not a normal process, Alice. I mean, even if you were to consider doing that one-on-one, it's a situation where they would come to us and say, explain my paycheck.
Well, they didn't have to come
know.
to you.
Well, they
The
would
chief
just-
could have gone to them.
Well, they
No,
did.
yes, he would need to come,
Right.
they would need to come to us one-on-one.
They did come one-on-one
I
and
know.
explain. I explained, just like the council did, what the raises were, and what those packets, what the part was, that was explained. I don't tell what the council told me. $300 raise was, $150 for raises, $150 for insurance package. That's all I can explain to
And in
them.
some cases, it didn't come out to 150. Some of them got a little bit more because they didn't select a retirement. There are some of them that are not on retirement, so they don't pay that. Some that are not on insurance, but it's their responsibility there for them to come to us or come to that person or the payroll officer and say, explain my paycheck. You know.
What about the 8 hours and the 4 hours of overtime? They seem to think just gonna vanish and it's not on the check stub. That's a big concern of them too.
Well, if you look at the Larson's Act, you'll find that it's specified on item number 16, page 18. It actually tells you exactly how many hours these guys are supposed to have. I'm going to wait until you read that and check that out, and then if you have a question, we'll be glad to sit down and try to
All right,
answer.
but they have a question.
Oh, you too. But in this particular case, any questions, if there are any questions in reference to that, because it actually shows you how many hours they're supposed to get.
And back to the other part he was talking about, I think you need to get a spreadsheet of each individual employee and let him look at it and see where his money is going.
That's fine.
Before the raise and then after the raise.
Before the raise and after raise.
Right.
That way he, like you said, it's just, we go.
Everybody has a different tax situation.
Right.
Everybody has
Different
some people got 2 dependents, some have 5 dependents.
Right.
And all that weighs in on it.
And that's why he needs an individual spreadsheet to each individual employee before and after.
But they were just thinking that whatever their amount was at the time, when they asked for $300, that it was going to be $300 added to that, and they would visibly see a $300
I
addition
consider
to
the
that.
tax bracket, the 6.25% Social Security,
No, they-
1.45% medical.
They don't
Just
take,
not
they're
consider-
not taking
there's a
that
lot
into
of things that's
consideration.
there.
No. And that's where the problem comes.
I agree with that.
Okay, John.
I would make a motion to accept the report given by the police chief.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. let's go back up to, item number 5.